And we are live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Blake Ruffino. This is Are You Serious Sports. We hope that you're making it a good one. We know that we are as well. Yes, the rumors are true. We are live on the YouTube. Just go to Are You Serious Sports on YouTube, and you can catch us out there. Yes, we're going to be going to all three platforms: Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So we got a lot of you watching on all three different platforms. We greatly appreciate all of you joining AYS and the show. It's the LSU prediction show. What do you think LSU is going to do Saturday against the Commodores with their new helmets and the Rudy Poo? Actually, their helmets aren't that Rudy Poo. Their helmets aren't that Rudy Poo. But regardless, what do you believe that the Tigers will do? You can give us in the comments right there, as our good friend Colin Thibodeau just gave to us. Give me the Tigers 38-10. You can call into the show as well at 225-302-8462. That's 225-302-8462. And we will take your calls, and you can tell us why you think and what the score will be for your LSU Tigers. It's going to be a really fun show, but we got a good one in store for you. Other than that, we're going to do an LSU breakout player in week 2. Who are three players I'm thinking and hoping will have breakout games in game 2 or week 2. I don't know really what to call it. Is it week 2? Is it game 2? I don't really know. And also we'll do some MLB playoff talk. We might. I mean, it's tough, man. It's tough. You know, I don't really know. Because there's just so many teams. But we'll talk a little bit about it. But guys, before we get started, as always, do me a big favor. If you're on Twitter, go ahead and hit that retweet, hit that like, and hit the retweet. Also, if you're on Facebook Live, go ahead and hit the like and hit the share and share into some groups for a player. Go ahead and do that. We'll appreciate it. Let's see. Marvin Mackey Jr. says, them helmets nasty, ball. Them helmets is nasty. I thought they were kind of cool. Maybe I just have horrible taste. Marvin says, give me 32-21. Marvin, who's that for? I'm assuming you mean the Tigers, right? You mean the Tigers. The Tigers are coming out 32, probably. But I'll give you mine. I'll give you guys mine. If you want it, we'll definitely do that. I don't quite honestly believe or think that LSU, it's that close. I mean, I could definitely be wrong. I can more than definitely be wrong there, but we will see. Let's see. Daryl, what's happening, man? He says, Tigers escape a close one, 32-24. Man, if that happens, goodness gracious. People in Baton Rouge are going to be calling into this show freaking out. If the Tigers only win by that margin, by 8. They're going to freak out. Marvin says he's got LSU. Okay, good sir. Okay. All right. But before we get to it, guys, as always, as we mentioned, go ahead and hit the like and hit the share and share into some groups. I'm trying to make sure that we're live right now. Yeah, we're live. I see everybody. What's going on here? Facebook big tripping right now, y'all. Facebook big tripping. Okay. But like I mentioned before we get started to the show, you can always go follow us. We're going to be going to our YouTube page as well. You can go to Are You Serious Sports on YouTube. Don't forget to hit the bell when you hit that subscribe button. You'll get all of our notifications for all of our shows and all of our videos as well. Devin Staub, what's up, man? He says 34-17, the good guys. The Tigers. Okay. I got you, Devin. I got you. Well, I'm going to tell you guys why I think that LSU is going to beat them a little bit more than that. A little bit. And why I think it's going to be a little bit more lopsided than that. But we'll get into that. Well, let's pay some bills. Let's pay the bills, guys. And you know what? It's not really like paying bills because I know one thing. I'm going to save so much money on my car when I go to GM Varnado and Sons. GM Varnado and Sons has faithfully been serving your Denham Springs and Baton Rouge area for over 62 years. With their highly trained technicians, there's absolutely nothing that they can't do. RV repair, big rig overhauls, motorhome chassis, truck repair, routine maintenance, tire repair, tire replacement, tire sales, and any automotive repair you need. Go see all of the great work that they got and that they're doing over at facebook.com/Denham Springs Car Care. Set up an appointment with them today at 225-664-9992. That's 225-664-9992. Or go over to 2500 Florida Boulevard and tell them Blake Ruffino at AYS sent you. And guys, I've been telling you this, and they keep just award after award after award. Is our home team in the North Shore. Guys, if you're looking for a new home, if you're wanting a new home, you got to go to team.kw.com. If you're wanting to put your house on the market, if you're looking, if you're moving, all of these fantastic real estate agents from top to bottom will get your house sold quickly and efficiently. Go follow them on Facebook at Your Home Team LA. That's at Your Home Team LA. Set up an appointment with them today. 985-467-7355. 985-467-7355. And tell them the good guys sent you. Okay. I kind of just stole that from my guy. Staub right there. Let's see. Daryl says 31-13 the Tigers. 31-13 Tigers. Broncos or NY football Jets. Oh, God. That's two horrible teams. As the Jets are probably the worst NFL team that maybe I've ever seen, and I'm being serious, maybe outside of some of those Detroit Lions teams, Devin. Give me the Broncos plus the 2.5. Give me the Broncos plus the 2.5. Esteban says, Coach O said that J-Roy about to be in the place in the rotation. I heard that. But did you know, and I guess the cat's out of the bag now, but O's in charge of this, of the defensive line rotation. So we'll probably see him. We'll probably see BJ Ojulari a little bit more, I would assume. Esteban, I would also assume that you won't be seeing 49 as much. That's just a hint. But if I was a betting man, okay, which I'm not really a betting man, but if I was, that's what I would throw out there. Okay, guys, let's get to it. Here are some keys for me on why I think that LSU is going to be a little bit better, obviously, than they were last week. We've mentioned it all week, and I know that it's here. But number one, it specifically has to do with this team's got a light under their ass right now. Completely 100%. I think that Miles Brennan's going to come out. They're going to start running the football. And the first 15 to 25 plays are all going to be scripted. Hey, guys, we've run these plays all week in practice. We're not going away from them. Yes, if a situation calls it where you have to go outside of script, I'm sure they'll do that. But they're going to be a little bit more scripted for Miles, right? Like probably 100% more scripted for Miles than they've ever been. Really, not even just for Miles, but specifically for just even over the last 2 years, even with Joe. I mean, I think that they gave Joe Burrow free reign there. What's up, Alex? He says, what's up, AYS, the hardest working podcaster? I don't know about that, but we try. We try. That's for damn sure. That is for damn sure. So I would expect Miles to have some very scripted plays. He's going to have to let it rip. Now, Darrell Rosenthal, as we heard from Ed Orgeron today, is more than likely not going to play. Going to be a game time decision for the LSU Tigers. However, I just don't think that that's going to be that big of an issue. I know that Vandy's offensive or defensive line played really great last week, but I'm not so worried about LSU's offensive line. Now, we don't know a lot about Cam Wire, but I think he'll be okay. I had that gut feeling, guys. I have a gut feeling that the offensive line is going to do a lot better than they did last week. And I thought that they played okay. I thought they did. They gave Miles ample amount of time to get rid of the football. And I know in the beginning I was a little bit more critical than some, I think, of Miles Brennan. But, man, you can't have that much time in the pocket. And again, this is my opinion now. This is my opinion. But I don't think you can have that much time in the pocket not to get rid of the football. I think that the defense comes out and still runs man-to-man coverage. With that being said, I think that they have probably implemented some form of zones just in case something happens. But that's not Vandy's game, y'all. That's just not Vandy's game. Vandy wants to come out and run the football a lot. And I mean a lot. They want to make this as sloppy of a game as they can to keep it close. That's what I'm going to think from the defense. I think that they're going to try to lock him down with man, maybe play a free safety. Hey, leave Todd Harris in the middle third of the field. Just let him play deep coverage. Hey, make sure no one gets behind you. That's your number one job. I think that's how they'll attack Vandy this week. But I still think that they send the blitzes. I think that they still get after the coverage. Daryl says, anytime a switch in new D coordinator and or scheme, LSU hemorrhages yards and sometimes points early in the season, they will get it right. I agree with that. Look, Bo Pelini in 2005 gave over 400 yards of passing to Arizona, and the next week he only gave up like 100. And people are saying, well, Blake, that was in 2005 and football's changed. You're right there, but schemes and coaching doesn't really change. People say that Bo Pelini did nothing outside of his time at LSU, which is horse crap. Okay, I get that it's FCS, but you actually have to do a little bit more coaching to get to a national title. This isn't like an LSU where you can go athlete on athlete and say, hey, guys, go win us the football game. That's not how that works. What's Nebraska look like since Bo's left? Because they couldn't put up with a little bit of pressure. But I need that. I'm with you on there. Gino says, right, what's up, man? Holden Lee, what's up, brother? I'm surprised Wire is above Doomerville on the depth chart. I'm not Holden, because you don't have a full real offseason. I think Doomerville is going to probably see some time if Cam Wire can't do it. But Cam's a little bit older. You're going to go with the more experienced guy. Damn, Pancake can't crack the lineup. No, he can't. And the reason he can't crack the lineup is because I'm not going to say he's been lazy, but everything I've heard is that he can be a little bit lazy, man. He can be a little bit lazy. Mark Lake, what's up, my friend? He says, I just hope we look much improved and get enough to play a lot of the youngsters, or a lot more, should I say. I agree with that. We're going to talk about one freshman that I think is going to blow up this week, that I really, really believe is going to blow up this week. He showed a lot of good stuff now, a lot of good stuff in the second half of last week's game. So I certainly think that he will do so. I certainly believe that. But we'll definitely see, right? I mean, we will definitely see. It's going to be interesting to see how they do that, right? Like what freshmen are now going to see the field, what young guys are now going to see the field. But I think that they'll be okay. Daryl says, need to make a statement with our first possession and go score a touchdown. I agree with Daryl there. You got to make a big time statement, man. You got to make a big time statement. There, you so 100% right on that, Daryl. 100% right. Getting back, look, I think that LSU is going to be 50-50 or damn near close. I think that they run the football a little bit more than maybe even passing it. I know people don't like to hear that or hear me say that. Blake, they need to throw the football more. Well, man, they threw the ball 58 times last week. I say they threw it. They dropped back 58 times last week. They got to get back to running the football. This isn't 2019. Get back. Look, and if Ed Orgeron said that the running back core is his strength of his offense, well, start giving them the football. It's not the biggest strength in your offense. It's a wide receiver group. It's not. Okay. So, but if it is, and you believe that, start giving them the ball. Not saying that Chris Curry played bad or you shouldn't rotate him in there and get him some reps too, but I really want to see a little bit more of John Emery a lot this week. I want him coming out of the backfield. I want him catching the ball. Hey, well, Blake, he's horrible in pass cover or pass protection. Don't let him pass protect. Let him go out there in the flat and throw that thing to him. Hey, now Alvin Kamara does sometimes. Alvin Kamara does do some pass blocking, but how many times do you see him out in routes? Pretty much damn near every play. Put your playmakers in space, man. I do not want to see LSU. I do not want to see LSU coming out and start chipping in these 7-man protections. Guys, if we start seeing these 7-man protections, we're in big trouble. They start leaving in tight ends and backs to block, we're in big trouble. Maybe not this week, but down the road, we're going to be in big trouble. We talked a little bit about Cam Wire. I think Cam's going to be okay. I don't really have a lot of something that's just telling me not to worry about him. Now, I could be dead ass wrong there. And that's okay. But I think he'll be fine. Alex, what's up, man? True Slinger Steve needs to hit the reset button on that air raid offense. He does, man. He was out there trying to sling that sucker. I think he'll get back to it. Actually, you know what? I feel like he knows. I think it's damn near a guarantee right now, Alex. I think it's a guarantee. Mark Lake says, I want to see more of BJ, and I want to see more of Tolles, Roy, Guillory, if he's healthy. Well, you're definitely seeing Jay Roy. I mean, Ed Orgeron said, I've put him in the rotation, and he's going to be there. So, yeah, you're going to see a little bit more of him. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think that he'll get some snaps, which tells me that Joseph Evans or Neil Farrell, I don't think that he's talking about Neil Farrell there. I think Neil Farrell may start. I mean, Joseph Evans did not play great, guys. He did not play great. And that's not a shot at Joseph. I mean, hell, they had him on the offensive line or defensive line. They move him to center. They move him back to defensive line. That's a hard ask for anybody. A very hard ask for anybody. All right, guys, everyone that's joined us, all 31 of you, we greatly appreciate it. Hit that like and hit that share. We're excited to be on YouTube as well. It's our first time going to it. In a really long, at least this YouTube page. So don't forget to go to Are You Serious Sports. That's at Are You Serious Sports on YouTube. Hit that subscribe and that little bell to get all of our notifications. Yeah, let us know. So if you haven't given us the breakdown or what you think, what the LSU score is going to be, you can do so, or you can call in. It's right there above. The number's right there at 225-302-8462. You know what, guys? Give me LSU. Here's my prediction. And hopefully it's damn near close. To this prediction and the postgame show. So we'll go live right after the game and do the postgame show. But give me the Tigers 41, Vanderbilt 13. I think that Vanderbilt couldn't score but 12 points off of Texas A&M. I think that LSU has better athletes than Texas A&M does on the defense. I think that they do have more depth. The best player on defense in college football is back this week. Ed Orgeron talked just a moment ago about Derek Stingley going to play unless something happens on Saturday. But give me the Tigers 41-13. That's what I'm going to pick. Unless something happens for me to change my mind, give me them Tigers. Landry, what's up? He said, let's go. Running a little late again. Bruh, just finished CCA golf tournament. We shot 10 under. Okay. I'm not that mad at you. So, guys, if you missed the show or you're a little bit late, you better have some news like that. But we greatly appreciate you joining us, as always, Landry. David, what's up, man? Just talked to David right before the show, big Tiger fan. What's up, David? He says, give me LSU 42, Vandy 17. Kyle Marsh, you can man Blake. Okay? You can man Blake. What you mean, Kyle? Yo, what's up, Nick? Yo. What's happening, brother? Oh, you the man. Thanks, Kyle. I appreciate that, brother. We're saying 41-13 to the Tigers. Guys, it seems like y'all don't like that. It seems that y'all think that I'm shooting for the stars. Yeah, Marvin Mackey says, damn, 41? Yeah. Look, Vandy's not that good, man. Texas A&M is not good either. That game was horrible. I think LSU comes out and boosters them. Hey, let me tell you this. If in the beginning of the third quarter or fourth quarter, LSU's up 28 to whatever, they're going for the juggernaut. They're going for the juggernaut, man. They're going to respond to what happened last week because all week what happened was LSU's not as good. LSU's trash. LSU this. They heard that. They didn't block out the noise. They heard the chirping. And you got great guys like Jacoby Stevens who's rallying this team as well. Let's see. Holden Lee says, I have 42-10. All right. I dig it. I dig it. Kyle Marsh says, pretty sure I posted 41-17 in the prediction on the LSU page. Okay. I dig that. 41-17. They can definitely score 17. And hell, they could definitely score 20. Okay. They have a really good offense. I say a really good offense. They have a really good young quarterback who Vandy does, who showed last week. Man, look, that sucker's going to sling it now. He's going to go out there slinging that thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if they scored 17 at all, Kyle. But I firmly believe LSU is going to win 41-17. I could be wrong there, guys. I could be wrong, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. We have okay. I appreciate that. Co on Twitter just sent me a message. Just sent me a DM. Yeah, Co, if you're still watching, man, you can't send that into the comments, and we'll put it right up here on the screen. But Co says, give me the Tigers 34-31. Look, if LSU only wins 34-31, we have a big-time issue. A big-time issue. Yeah. Let's see. Gino says, they have a nice offense, but we got better athletes. 100% agree, man. 100% agree. All right. I'm going to get to some playmakers that I think. Now, we're going to be off tomorrow, guys. This is going to be a quick show. We might just stay on a little bit longer. We're not going to be going long tonight. But because we're going to – look, the reason we're not going to be going long tonight and or tomorrow is because of the simple fact the post-game show usually runs 2.5 hours. So – and I'm sitting here and I can't move. So, yeah, we're going to be taking it easy tonight and getting back to tomorrow. Let's see. Alex Keene says Vandy off and defensive coordinators are impressive. Give me LSU 38, Vandy 24. Okay, Alex. Okay. I could see that. I mean, look, there's a lot I could see going in this game. A lot. I don't know if I can see Vandy scoring over 20, but that's me. That's just me. They would have to double their points from the Texas A&M game last week. And I don't know if A&M's defense is better than what LSU was. It's really easy to say that after the crappy performance that LSU put on defensively last week, but we'll see. What's up, Ryan Mayer? What's going on, man? David says, what about Devonta Lee been moved to linebacker and he also a wide receiver? Yes, he was. Coach O a while back was high on him. I think that he's just, look, David, quite frankly, quite simply, this linebacking core, in my opinion, is just as good, if not even better, than last year's. You only playing two linebackers and Jacoby Stevens at times playing in a role that looks very similar as a linebacker as well. He's not going to play a lot, especially in a close game. He did get some playing time. He was out there a little bit, but he's not going to play over 18 and 19. It's just not going to happen. Not going to happen. Ryan Mayer says, you still not picking the Auburn-Georgia game? Nope. Show ain't going to do it. Ain't going to do it. It's not going to happen, man. I do not trust Auburn's offense to be consistent and or win the big game. And I don't trust Georgia because they have no idea what their quarterback situation is going to look like. Let me ask you this. What if Stinson Bennett the fourth, the law firm, as Charles Hannegriff calls him, what if he comes out and starts ripping it? You going to play in? Are you going to put in JT Daniels? It's dangerous, man. If I had a gun to my head and they said, Blake, pick this game, give me Georgia. But in reference to the points or being confident, I have a confidence level of 1, and that's high for me on who to pick in that game. I have no expectations, none whatsoever. Daryl says the line opened up at 18.5 and now is at minus 21 for the Tigers. Man, a lot of money going on LSU. A lot of money is going in on LSU. Daryl, I think it's just simply due to the fact that a lot of people feel like it was a fluke last week. And here's another thing, guys. With Mississippi State, what if Mississippi State is a top 15, top 20 team at the end of the year? Okay, so if Mississippi State ends the season at ranked 15th, is that loss going to look as bad as it did? Now, you don't want to lose to a Mississippi State team. I'm with you there. I get that. But if they're a top 15 team, hell, they're in the top 20 right now. That loss isn't going to look as bad as it did. Gino says it's a dangerous pick. Yeah, it's a dangerous pick. A very dangerous pick. I ain't picking that thing. Nope. Let's see. If Daniel starts, I like him a lot. I'd pick Georgia 31-17. Yeah, I'm not saying that JT Daniels won't be good. It's not what I'm saying. But you haven't seen him in over a year. You know, David, if I just had to put money on it, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. Georgia is a Jekyll and Hyde. Man. Yeah, they are. Look, before we get on out of here, I have no idea what this is. Okay, so we're going to delete your comment, sir. Rico. Guys, don't come up in here, start pushing your stuff. If you're a guest on the show, I'll have you as a guest on the show, right? Don't come in here, start pushing your YouTube channel, okay? Don't do it. I don't go on your stuff and start, hey, everybody go follow AYS Network, Are You Serious Sports? I don't do that. Don't come in my stream doing that either. Get that trash out of here. Okay. Alex says, no, Devontae wants linebacker. Trust me, they live close to me. Alex, where you live at, dog? You in the Tangy area? We right here in Hambone. They live out there in Tangibaho. Not just the parish, but they live in Tangibaho. The great village of Tangibaho. Let's see. What's up, Jake? Jake says A&M is trash, and so is Jimbo. That should be everybody's headline. It is, Jake. Let's see. Can I like that comment? Boom, shakalaka. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. Ryan says, can you see Miami challenging Clemson? No, not a chance. Alex King says, I live in AME. Well, then, Alex, you know our good friends over at the Boston. The best sushi in the North Shore, they got it. The best seafood in the North Shore, they got it. The best steaks in the North Shore, they got it. Go see all the great stuff that they're doing over at the Boston at facebook.com/the Boston Restaurant. And you can follow them on Instagram as well. 748-5555. Make your reservations today and tell a Blake Ruffino over at AYS sent you. But yeah. How great of a segment was, or a great intro into the Boston was that? I'm going to have to tell Joe Wong what we did there. GA started only 2 starters from 2019 on offense against Arkansas. Thought it was just us in that position. No, sir. No, sir. I mean, let's see, you got Devonta in Alabama, you got Devonta Smith. I mean, Did Jalen Waddle, was he technically a starter? I mean, he played a lot, but I don't know if he was a starter. You have Alex Leatherwood, you have their center that's back, and you have Najee Harris. I mean, a lot of teams in the SEC, they're all in the same position. I mean, Florida was really one of the only offenses that brought a lot of their starters back. That QB of LSU got to go, says Ed Jack. Okay. Ed, let me ask you this question. After one game, you want him to go? After one game? I don't know. We'll see how he does. Jake, if Jimbo is trash, then why he has a national title? It's a good question, but did he say that Jimbo was trash? Well, yeah, he did. Okay. Look, Ryan, he ain't looking so hot right now, brother. He ain't looking so hot right now. I mean, look, you're 3 years in, man. You got to make something happen. Who's going to replace him, says Benjamin Duck? I have no idea, bro. No idea. Look, before we get on out of here, because we're gonna be short, because we do have the big post game show on Saturday after the game. So don't forget to come and watch us and hang out with us there. Number one, I think the breakout star of this game is going to have to be Miles Brennan. Look, he got really criticized. I think that he's going to make quicker decisions. He's going to have to do that against Vandy. They don't have the athletes. Look, man, let it rip. Look, if Miles Brennan comes back, even if he's 25 of 35 or even 25 of 40, I don't think they throw the ball that much, but hypothetically, and he has 3 or 4 touchdowns and 2 or 3 picks, I don't care about that, y'all. I don't want him turning the football over. It's not what I'm saying. I don't want him to do that either. But you know what that tells me too? Man, he let it rip. He letting it rip. So I think that Miles is going to come back. Look, he seems like a kid that doesn't want to tuck his tail and run. So give me Miles as a breakout performer this week. The second guy, the best freshman, or one of the best freshmen that played last week, especially in the second half, Elias Ricks. I think Elias Ricks now, having the help of Derek Stingley, he's going to get targeted a lot now. If I'm Vandy and I see Elias Ricks, I'm throwing the ball his way, especially if Derek Stingley is on the field. But, man, in the second half, after that pick, they did not, and I mean did not, go after Elias Ricks. Not once, y'all. Not after that pick. You right, Blake. Ryan, I'm guessing you're talking about Jimbo. Ed says, where did that quarterback come from? St. Stanislaus, Mississippi. Down there in Biloxi. Let's see. I missed Darren. Darren, I'm sorry. If Vandy comes out throwing the ball and not trying to run on first and second down, Ken Seals, the true freshman, can get his first SEC win. LSU's secondary was picked apart versus State. Uh-oh, Darren. You better watch out. Look, I like Seals, man. I keep calling him Spears. Why do I keep calling him Spears? But I like Ken Seals. I think he rip it. But Darren, you know what? I'm not even going to talk no trash. I ain't going to talk no trash because LSU did do it good last week. But, Darren, you better be careful. Reginald Cormier just hit it spot on. The third guy that I have outside of Elias Ricks that I think needs, and I think I kind of want to see more of, get John Emery the ball, man. At some point, this kid's going to blow out. Why not now? Why not against an inferior opponent? Vandy's not that good. Vandy ain't that good. So, come on. Start forcing him the ball. See what he does. Man, people said that kid couldn't run in the inside. He couldn't do any inside zones. BS. He showed a lot of good stuff. Benjamin says Miles will have a good game if he's comfortable, and yes, he's got to let it rip. I agree, man. I agree. He's got to let that sucker rip, man. Hopefully, we all come here on the post-game show. Y'all call in and say, hey, man, hey, Blake, he let it rip. He looks good. He looks a lot better. A lot better. So, but you got to give John Emery the football, man. I mean, look, I like Chris Curry. I think he's a leader. I think he's going to do really good things. But, man, at the end of the day, you got to start forcing it to him. I want him to start getting catches out of the backfield. I want him to start running the football a little bit more. Let's see what he can do. Yep, Gino says it right there. Can we throw out of the backfield? I mean, we got to start hitting guys in the people trying to call me. Y'all, we doing a show. The first thing y'all did was y'all was putting y'all stuff in the middle of my screen here. Man, y'all get out of here with that. First, you're trying to promote yourself on AYS Network. Stop. Don't call me during the show. All right. Let's see. But, yeah, getting back to my point, Gino. Sorry about that. But getting back to my point, I think that they'll do good. You know, we were going to talk some MLB baseball. We were going to talk some MLB baseball playoffs. But, man, I still think it's too soon. But I think that if we're going to go there, I think the Dodgers and the Yankees. Give me the Dodgers and the Yankees. Why didn't we use the RPO game much against Mississippi State? Because, quite frankly, David, you can't run the RPO game when the defense has no respect for your quarterback running the football. None. Okay, I mean, what you going to do? Oh, well, hey, look, they would rather Miles Brennan break off a 45-yard run than anything. Jake says, baseball, ? Never heard of her. Jake's on a roll tonight, y'all. He's on a roll tonight. Look, man, I like playoff baseball. Look, I grew up in a baseball house. I was living with my mom mostly, but my uncle was a head coach and is still a head coach. He'd been over for 30 years. I mean, look, man, I grew up in a baseball household. Brennan is not much of a runner. That is why the RPO would not work. I agree with that. I mean, you got to respect it. Look, the reason that you see teams like the Ravens are just so good on offense now, people are ripping Lamar Jackson a new one on national media. Get out of here with that. It's because they have to respect everything he does. They have to respect every single thing that he does, running and throwing the football. And if you're going to give it off to Mark Ingram or J.K. Dobbins, whoever it is, that's the reason why. But here's another thing, though, which David brings up a good point. You got to do it, though, right? Like, we might have a guest appearance from a 16-month-old, about to be 17th-month-old, but you got to run it. Like, you got to. So what? They don't respect Miles Brennan? Let him run it. Let him make his reads. Because at times it's in style. They ran it twice, and the two times that I vividly remember LSU running the RPO was a slant to Terrace Marshall and was a slant, or I say a slant, but a slant and go to oh, shoot. Why am I forgetting it? Racy McMath, and he ran a sluggo route, and Miles' arm got hit, and it was a pick. So he made the right read. He's just got to step up in the pocket and let it go. That is. All right. Guys, I need y'all to do me a favor. Don't forget to go over to YouTube. Type in Are You Serious Sports? Are You Serious Sports? Hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. We're going to be going there as well, too. Don't forget to come into the post-game show. We'll be going live right after the game on Saturday. So that should be a lot of fun. As you guys, if you missed the first one, we had like 5,000 of you. You can call in, tell me what you think. It's really, guys, I give you a platform other than, keep it PG-13. Okay, keep it PG-13, but I'll let you go and tell me what you think about the game. Get into a couple more questions and we'll get on out of here. Reginald Cormier says, Blake, what's your thoughts on the O-line? Sound like Big Dare might be out. Yeah, I think he'll be out. Reginald, I don't I for some reason don't feel bad about Cam Wire. I think that they play decent against Mississippi State. That's my take on that. I mean, no one has yet, and in the local media, no one has yet to tell me why or how the offensive line played bad when Miles Brennan still generated the most time in the pocket in college football last week. Right? Well, Miles had no time. Really? then how did he have the most time in the pocket? It's not from his feet, from generating like Burrow did. I mean, so stop with this O-line playing bad crap. Stop it. Like, I'm not trying to be mean or rude or take down their thoughts or, their takes. But, man, that's just not right, y'all. No. Did they play great? Did they play stellar? Absolutely not. But you can't give a guy. Go watch that first series from LSU. Y'all go watch that first series from LSU and tell me what y'all see. He ain't getting pressured, y'all. He ain't getting pressured. Dude. But, Reginald, I mean, look, I'm a former offensive lineman, so yes, I'm going to defend the offensive line. I get that. But still. Gino says, to run the RPO, you got to be able to be a escape artist. He's not. No. I mean, look, he's a mixture of speed in between Danny Etling and Zach Mettenberger. Man, Zach Mettenberger was slow. Man, I don't know if I could have beat him in a race. Okay, like I don't know if I could have beat him in a race, but dang, my boy Met was slow. Like, I still got this Xbox with NCAA 14 up in this sucker. And, every now and then, like very rarely do I get able to play. But, man, dog, that dog's slow. That dude buku slow, y'all. Miles ain't that slow. I ain't trying to clown on the man because I'm overweight and I get that, but God, dog, that dude was slow as molasses. He's slower than when your grandmammy made you some of them homemade pancakes and that molasses coming out of that thing, boy. Sorry, I make my own self laugh. Why I do that? And I ain't even drinking tonight, y'all. I ain't even drinking. Let's see. What's up, Mr. Thibodeau? He says facts. I appreciate that, man. I guess y'all laughing because I'm talking about how slow Matt. Bro, y'all remember that game against Florida in the swamp when my dog Matt tried to scramble right and that 360-pound defensive nose tackle ran after Matt and he got the sack and I'm like, dog, either my boy thought you was a cheeseburger or you freaking slow, bro. I mean, dog. Get out of here. But he's a mixture between Mettenberger and Etling. Look, man, hey, to his credit, Danny Etling ran like a 4.7 something or 4.6 at the combine. Like, as much as we clown Danny Etling, that sucker was moving, bro. I'm cracking up. I mean, look, bro, I'm not trying to crack on no Mettenberger. I'm not. Because he's better than me. He's big. He's a better athlete than me. I'll admit it, bro. I'll admit it. But dang. Let's see. Out of 7 sacks, I counted 2 on the all-line, maybe 3. In your opinion, how many was on Miles Brennan? 4. Actually, I think 5. Look, there were some times, Tedrick, I think you're right there. I think that you're 100% right there. Like 2 times. You remember that one where Dare Rosenthal got beat across his face? Okay, there's not a lot that Met can do there. Okay, there's not a lot. Matt. See, now I'm calling Miles Mettenberger. There's not a lot Miles can do there. Okay, especially from the bat side. Dare can't let that happen. The Austin Deculus sack, it was 2nd and 9, and the defensive end read the count really great, got off the ball, okay, and got the sack. But other than that, the other 5 are on Miles Brennan, man. Because two of them I remember. Yeah, it was 2 because we counted. I think man had at least 4.5, 5 seconds. Bro, you got to get rid of that sucker, man. Like, you got to get rid of that thing. Get it and rip it. You know who no one is talking about is Liam Shanahan. They're saying that he didn't play great. Rudy Poo, from a former collegiate offensive lineman, boo-boo. Don't come up in here with that garbage. All right. Reginald says 4-5 easily. I agree. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get on out here. Again, as we mentioned, don't forget the post-game show. AYS Fight Club will be on tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Don't forget to tune in to them as well. Guys, I am your host, Blake Ruffino. We will see you back again Saturday and hopefully for an LSU win. But until then, you guys stay classy, be safe, and always go Tigers. Have a good night.